Hi guys, Dina here from dinakleiman.com. Today I would like to share with you some of my crystals. This one, and I'll go over each one and I'll tell you what it is and what it's good for and how to use it. But I'll quickly show you what we got here. Here's another one. They don't look like much, but they are very, very cool. Okay, and this one. Where I'm at right now is I'm at a harbor. You see there are a lot of boats behind me, and if you hear a bit of creaking, I apologize for that. What it is the ropes rubbing on the boats. It's last night was super low tide, and so the currents shift, and somehow during certain times of the month or the currents, the ropes squeak on the boats. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, but right now this is what's happening. So if you're hearing this kind of funny sound, that's what it is. Kind of makes it more exciting, I think. All right, so here's what I have in front of me. This right here, you can see it close. This is called kambaba jasper. Kambaba jasper. I like this crystal because I like to say kambaba. Very funny name. It comes from Madagascar. I bought it when I was in Tucson a few years ago at their gem and mineral show. I bought it from the ladies who brought it directly from Madagascar, right here. This is what it looks like. This type of crystal is very good for the heart chakra. It's a heart opener. So when would you use it? You would use it when you want to kind of find some peace and quiet within yourself, settle into the heart. It can be good to use during your breathing meditation or any breathing practice where you take a breath in and a breath out, focusing on the air going into your lungs and coming out of your lungs. This can send very good vibes into your heart. Also, depending on what type of meditation you are doing, sometimes we meditate to kind of connect to the divine. We would use a crystal such as a selenite for that, and I'll share a selenite with you in another video. Sometimes we meditate and we want to ground down, we want to connect to the earth, and that's when we would use something like a hematite or a red jasper. But sometimes we want to just come into ourselves, sit quietly within ourselves, take a few breaths in, find our center, and this is when a heart crystal such as a kambaba jasper would be nice. I also find the big difference between this one and, let's say, a rose quartz, which is typically used for the heart chakra. The big difference is that this jasper, it tends to be more grounding. It tends to be more cooling, more peaceful. So if I've had a hectic day and I want to sit and breathe and meditate, I would take this kambaba jasper. Plus, it's a pretty cool name. So there it is. And then this other crystal I have here, this is a pyrite. Remember school when we studied the gold rush and they talked about fool's gold? They talked about people finding fool's gold. This is what they found. They found pyrite. Let's see if I can see it kind of reflecting the sunlight nicely here. I don't know if you can see it on the video. This is in its raw form. It grows like that, and it's kind of hard to see here, but you can see the crystalline structure of it. You can see the crystals here. Generally, some specimens I've seen, and I have them, I'll bring them to another video, they're actually a little square. So they grow like little square. This one, the crystals in it are small, but you can still see it here. And there is a bit of a quartz embedded in it. So pyrite is really good for the second chakra. It's not traditionally used for the second chakra because second chakra, when we generally work with second chakra, we work with the energy of water and we work with emotions. So traditionally we would use something like a carnelian or an orange calcite. But pyrite is a really good crystal for, can you guess, shiny, gold looking? Yep, for finances, for money. So it's a really good crystal if you are doing a feng shui setup of your home to put into your business corner or into your money corner. It's also really good to use to put by your cash register or to put by your computer. If you do taxes, you work with money, this is a really good crystal. Also, a lot of us have issues with money. Not issues, I'm not talking about, your everyday issues, how am I going to pay the bills, but kind of a more deep-rooted issues that we don't even know about. I've had clients who seemingly shouldn't have had issues with money because when they were growing up, they kind of grew up, middle of the road, middle class, always had a perfectly good job, but somehow, somewhere deep inside, there was this kind of a nagging feeling that prevented them from, in a lot of cases, leaving their corporate job and starting their own business. Or they were only able to get to a certain income, and then anything above that, they just couldn't go there. And so with those clients, what we did is we looked at their past lives to see if there were any stories that they brought with them into this life that would impact specifically the money situation. And then we also looked to see if there was anything ancestrally. So sometimes there are stories that continue generation after generation, and then comes a point when a person says, stop it, I'm not going to go there anymore, I'm going to heal, or I'm going to disconnect from this particular family line story. And so when it comes to money, pyrite is a really good crystal to work through that. And how do we do that? Simply by having it with us. And when we go into our meditation, when we go into our practice, even when we're about to sit and write, maybe journal, what we feel, what we see in our meditation, or kind of even journey about our day, if we have this one with us, it'll help us focus our energy specifically on the second chakra and specifically in the place that relates to money. And then once we discover our belief about money, let's say we have a belief that we are not deserving. That's a common one. Or another common one is we believe that money corrupts. So if we believe that money corrupts, and obviously we don't want to be corrupt, then we're going to do everything possible to sabotage ourselves where money is concerned. These are two kind of very, very, very common beliefs. There are a lot of different beliefs I've seen that are far less common and even more creative. Those are my favorite ones to find. And once we find those, we can heal them, if we want to, of course. And having a pyrite nearby or holding a pyrite can intensify the energy and can assist us with our healing. All right. Let's set this aside. Now, here we have a fossil and a meteorite. And I'm going to stop the video because I don't want to make them too long. I'm going to start another video where I will talk about this meteorite, which came from Russia, and this fossilized bear tooth that came from Romania.